So welcome to the next session of the World Bowls Indoor Championships. This is our 2024 edition. We've got a game in the men's singles. Guernsey, Jason Greenslade versus Olov Backgren from Sweden. So I'm joined in the commentary box with Natty McWilliams. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much for having me.
So good to have a fresh face in here. So how have you gone so far? Because you've played a couple of games.
Yeah, so I've played 2 mixed pairs games and 2 singles games, so managed to win the first mixed pairs game yesterday, and we got beat on a tie-break end this morning in the mixed pairs with Johnny Ing from Macau, China. Played his last bill of the game, won the tie-break, so it was a close one this morning, and I've managed to win both my singles games so far, so doing well at the moment. Just need to hopefully keep it up for the rest of the week.
Very good. Yep, started well. Seen that. You've seen a couple of your games, so you've done well. Happy with that. So we'll see how we go with this one with Jason and Ollie. First end, both using similar colour bowls. Jason will be the red stickers and Ollie will be the blue stickers. So marker indicated that the shot wood was about 6 inches short from Jason.
Jason's been playing pretty well so far. He played Mike and Julie in the pairs yesterday morning, and saw him this morning as well playing. He's playing very well just now.
Yep, I mean they're all three, and Rose, all good players. Jason and Rose home advantage, so just means you can play the shots without thinking about it. You just get on and do it. So it's always useful. And he's drawn another one there. Well played. So he's electing to have a little dig at it.
And he's just going under. It's a really hard shot to play in on this carpet. We've found that in the last day or two, that anything just over the draw with a yard or two up's finding really hard. They're either hanging past the head or just kind of shooting under. It's a difficult shot to play on the carpet. You're more likely to go full out hit to get a result, so we've been learning that the last few days here.
And do you find that the same whatever bowls you use? Like, are you all using similar bowls? Are you using different bowls?
So I found a lot of us are using different. I'm using a Taylor Ace just now, so I've got a large swinging bowl, but one of the girl I played from Malaysia yesterday was using a Henseline XG, which is very narrow.
Yeah.
So even her drawing lines were pretty much a foot of grass, so yeah, I think you're finding you're looking for the lines yourself using your own bowl, but your opponent's getting a completely different line, so it's really hard to follow some of their shots at times. I think Jason was saying that at lunchtime, that what he's using, and what some of the other countries are using, you're definitely getting different lines to the jack just now. So I think that plays a big part in it as well.
Yeah, it does. So 2 to Jason on the first end. Well, backed it up with a good wood first off again.
I think that's quite important as well. We're finding that whoever's getting in there first is managing to hang on to some of the shots. The conversion shots are definitely the harder ones to play on this carpet, so if you can get close with your first ball, I think it's always pretty good. It just puts the pressure on your opponent there.
Yeah, definitely. Same as, well, whether it's singles, pairs, the first few bowls are always, if they're really good, really important.
Yep, definitely. And like I say, this carpet's you're getting a good big draw on it with the balls I'm playing with, but anything over the weight, you're either kind of hanging or cutting away. You're not getting much for being just over. So as you can see there with Jason, he's just missed the line slightly, and it just goes quick.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned you're using Taylor Aces, so I used to use pros until we put this carpet down, and just found the pros were just bending a bit too much, so changed down to a fine line, a fraction tighter.
I know Mike Stepney's using Tiger Pros, but he seems to be getting a good line with it. Julie was using Tiger Evos earlier today, and similarly it was a bit cooler this morning. They were just holding off a wee bit in our previous game, so I definitely think having a bit more of a swingier ball is paying off on this carpet. It's good if you're in first with the tighter balls, but when we played against Macau this morning, if we had a ball within a foot in front, they were struggling to get round it. They were having to be more attacking, so it's definitely better for the back end players if they're playing in the pairs to have that wee bit more of a swingy ball.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that's not just this carpet, that applies to all carpets.
Yeah.
If you've got the tight bowl, if there's stuff in the way, it can limit your shots, so you do end up just trundling through it more.
Absolutely, yeah. So back home, if we're on a faster carpet, we tend to get more of a swing round, and just with the slightly heavier carpets, you don't get quite as much a hook at the end. So I'm still getting a big bend with my ace, but I'm having to push through a wee bit more just to guarantee it makes the journey back. So yeah, we're still learning the carpet. Like we say, back home the carpets are all very different as well. We've got carpets similar. It's just trying to take the time to get to know what your balls are doing on it.
So do you think that helps you? You say you got different carpets away, so I don't know how much you sort of travel around to the different greens.
Yeah, so when we play the Saturday leagues, we get home games, we get away games kind of locally. But when you play your national finals, they're kind of in set venues across all different parts of Scotland, so you do get the opportunity to play in a lot of different clubs. So you get some of them that have got really fast carpets, which I do prefer the quicker carpet, but you also get some other clubs that are maybe a wee bit heavier, so you're having to adjust constantly. You do play most of your games. I think I've played more away from home than I've played at home this season, just with the way the draws have went. So we've travelled across the country just playing nationals and league games, and we've had a good run as a club this year, so we've managed to play in a lot of different carpets and gain experience.
And I don't think we asked your club at the start, so what is your club?
So I'm at Glasgow Indoor.
And that's with Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon's the manager there. Yeah, so it's a really good club. We've got a lot of good players that have joined it over the last few years. We've got Claire and Stuart Anderson and Lorna Cameron. We've got quite a few good players that are in there as well. So it's a very competitive club. Oh, it's a cracking ball there.
Good strike. Good strike. So at the back, that gave Ollie the shot. Not just a shot, but two shots. It's funny that I've said a few times in the streaming today where the person on top has just kept on putting woods in the head and giving the opposition a chance to get in, or chance to play a shot like that. And you think potentially if they're recovering at the back, then it would restrict the opportunities. So I don't know how much you look at that, but it just seems to have happened. You go, yeah, you've given them a chance to get shot, and now they've done it.
Yeah, I think with this carpet just now, I think we know how hard it is to actually get those kind of hitting shots. You do need to go more direct. So if there's not a direct line to the ball or the jack, then I think most people are kind of taking the chance to be like, well, they need to get it. Whereas normally I think most people would go and cover the spots, and I think obviously with this one the respot is only on the tee, it's not at the outer spots. So I think when you used to have the burn going out, you had 2 different or 3 different spots to cover, you were maybe looking at that a bit more. So I think people are just looking, if they've got a back bowl, they're going to be within the vicinity of that tee, and then maybe just plod away, because it is a very hard shot to get, is the hitting shot on the carpet. I don't think I've seen many people play it and play it well over the last 2 days. I think most people have either just hung past the head or cut away. So that was a really good hit there. As I said, I've not seen many of them being on target just the last few days. The draws have been very good. A lot of the heads I've seen have mainly been drawn in, and just kind of resting the bowls or chapping in line. We've not had a lot of right through the head hitting that's been on target, so I think people are just taking their chances, to be honest, and thinking, well, it's less chance of them getting the hit than they are getting the shot drawn.
So it's interesting you mentioned about the tee. Format wise, it's 2 sets of 7 ends. If you're all tied after the 2 sets, then it's a 1 end tie break. There is no killed ends. The respot is on the centre tee, whereas historically it was the two tees, the side ones. So does it make much difference with that centre tee versus a 2? Did you have to use 2 bowls effectively to be covering previously, where you use 1 now? Or?
I think it's a massive difference, because if the jack's already on the tee, in the previous format where you had the outer spots, you could kill it and it could go out to the side, and you could maybe get the shot over to the right or the left hand spot. Whereas if you kill it now, it's going right back on the tee where it was. So it's changing shot selection. If the jack's on the tee, you don't really have the option to kill it now, because it's going right back where it was. Whereas before, if it was the side spots, you could look for the burn and try and get a shot at one of the spots, but that option's not there now with the 1 tee.
Yeah, so you've got to make sure you're moving the shot wood away as well as the jack,
Yes.
not just get the jack.
So I think it is changing some of the shot selections that people are making, and I think that's another reason you're not seeing a lot of kind of aggressive hitting, or as many kind of going for the jacks or the bowls, because it's going to end up kind of back at the tee rather than one of the spots.
So Jason just slightly short there, was right on it. Ollie just sprung it, played it well, but just the wrong side of Jason's wood. So looks like 3 to Jason at the moment, 3 to Guernsey.
Yes, today, no, yes. I think he's going to dart and everything, isn't he?
Good bowl to finish.
No, no, no. No, I didn't move.
Marco was prepped
Sorry,
with the
boy.
4, but he had to wait for the players to declare it.
Thank you.
Excuse the noise in the background, just somebody drunk on too many cups of tea.
It's always a tough one if you lose a 4 in a sets game. Only having seven ends in the set, it's sometimes hard to come back from.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly putting yourself in a position you don't want to be in.
Yeah. A good start there as well.
Yeah, nailed it again.
He was telling me at lunchtime that rink 2 was a good rink, to be fair. And after playing on it this afternoon, I've got to agree with him. It was a pretty good rink, to be fair. You were getting decent draws. I think, like I said earlier, it's just the running balls that were hanging by. But playing with the set of kind of balls that I play with, if you're sending it out with enough grass, it was just looking for good weight. So it was a very true rink if you were looking to draw.
So you've got the scores on the bottom if you want to keep track of your countrymen, your family, friend, person you're following. Games are all at different stages. Some games starting slightly later than another because we've got a rolling schedule throughout the day. So as soon as the rink's finished, the next one goes on. So you can keep track of the live scores. So if you go to World Bowls or Guernsey Indoor Bowling, you'll be able to follow the link to the live scoring. This YouTube's going out to World Bowls Facebook Live, YouTube, and the Guernsey Indoor Bowling YouTube. On the Guernsey Indoor Bowling there is also a static feed or static camera that will keep track of the other rink, which is Jamaica, Australia. It's a split screen, so if you want to follow those, then that's the one to go for. And we'll try and keep you updated on the scores across the rinks, as well as the feature game, which is this one against Guernsey against Sweden.
The boy from Australia has been playing really well the last 2 days as well. I watched his mixed pairs game this morning, and some of the balls he was playing on rink 6 was unbelievable. So yeah, he's been playing really well so far. I think it's a good game to watch.
Yeah, I mean it's all in the title, World Indoor Bowls Championship. So you do get some of the best in the world coming over. But even at that level, you sort of see some who sort of stand out against the others.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I say, I think there's a lot of games that have been out there. Some of the people that you maybe think you've not seen before, I think some of those can be the hardest games because you don't know what to expect. I really think sometimes when you play against the likes of your England and Ireland and things like that, you know how they're going to play, the type of shots that they play. I think sometimes when you play some of the other countries, for instance, even when I played South Africa today, some of the shot selections are entirely different from the shots that we would maybe select. So I've enjoyed it so far. It's been a good learning experience for me to see what the other countries play like, and like sort of just how they think about the game is completely different from country to country. So yeah, it's been really good to see it across the board.
Yeah, I say the same as what you said about you learn from the other people, and I'm, let's say, slightly older than yourself. The grey hairs gives me away for me, but yeah, so I definitely look at the way people play, and whether it's good, bad, indifferent, but the shots they play, whether they get them more often or they don't get them more often, you kind of learn what works, what doesn't. So yes, every day is a school day for me as well.
Yeah, I play a slightly different game to some others out there as well. I grew up playing with my two older brothers, so I play a slightly more aggressive game than some would imagine, but it's just how I've learned, it's how I've grown up, probably playing more with the boys and the guys than I did with some of the girls back in the day. So yeah, I play a slightly more attacking game, and I think like that is down to having the challenge from my two older brothers.
Always a sibling rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure my brother's still got the scorecards from the practice games that we had. He, my second oldest brother takes a board and a card out every time you go for a throw, so he's very competitive. I think the red hair gives it away with him, but yeah, he's very, very competitive and likes to count, shall we say, when you have a practice.
But that's what you need, is that competitive element. That's what drives you, just to practice that bit more. When everyone else just goes home, you're just there doing those roll-ups. It was at Potter's, and it was, well, a few years ago, whenever it was, but took a picture of Ali, and it was used by the local paper, and it was the shot behind the scene, and there was nobody in the stadium, just Ali on the green practicing.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. You put in the hours outside of the game, so when you come to a match or you come to this event, then you're prepped and ready for it.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, the indoor that I play out of is a very, very busy indoor, and prior to coming here, I think I had probably about 3 or 4 days off in the space of 4 or 5 weeks. It was just, it's such a tight calendar at times that you're playing quite a lot, so you're playing competitive games, and all it does is help prep you for games like this. So that again there just was a perfect example of how quickly it can go if you're not perfect with those hitting balls. But he's up against it as well with Jason. Jason's drawing's been really consistent the last couple of days.
It has, yeah. So 3 red. That'll be 9-2 to Guernsey after 4 ends.
I think the interesting one with this is that people are probably wondering why, when the set's won, that you're continuing to play on, and obviously with the rules you're having to complete all 7 ends, which I think is probably important back home. If you're playing a set and you're 6 up and the person's only got 4 balls, you would just kind of chuck it there and not play the remaining ends. But because shots can come into it at the end, you're having to complete all 7 ends of each set.
Yep. Yes, as you say, goes on wins first, then set. If that's tied, it goes on sets, and then if that's tied, it goes on shots.
Yeah.
So every shot's important, and vice versa. You know, even if they might not be so important for yourself, if you happen to be 3rd in the group and therefore just out of a shout, it might affect the person you're playing against.
Yeah.
So got to play them to the end, and even pride means you want to win those last few ends.
Absolutely. Yeah. You see Mike Stepney in the far right camera there as well. He's won his first set. He's up 5-0 after 2 ends in his second set as well. He's been playing pretty well, Mike, as well the last few days.
Mike always plays well, and it's interesting you mentioned the name. So Mike Stepney, he plays at Potter's along with Jason in the pairs.
He does, yeah.
So they know each other well. and they played yesterday in the singles, and Jason just got on top.
That's right, yeah. They played the pairs and singles against each other yesterday.
Oh,
Both
yeah.
games were against each other. I think Mike and Julie won the tiebreaker in the morning, and then Jason won on the afternoon against Mike.
About 18 inches.
He'll be happy he's getting home a bit earlier tonight and he's not having to go round to the kebab shop as he did last night.
Yeah, everything ran a bit late.
I think he was more than happy than having to sit with us at dinner, to be honest, so I think he felt that was a win for him.
Oh, Mike's a sociable chap. He likes to be around people.
Yeah, he is. He's quite funny, although I think he's fed up with my chat after the football on Saturday. For us, we support opposite teams that were playing each other, so he's fed up with my Chico after 2-3 days, so...
So Jason holding a couple. Looks like he's just trying to squeeze past them. Try and get one tight on it. That'll be number one. So perfect example. Ollie just trying to play a little bit of weight, just drifting under. And Jason just pushing through the head a bit. So what I was saying before about the cover, Jason's got one just down by the marker, so he's making sure there. Looks like he's trying a little runner again. He's taking more land.
You can see it there, it just holds by with any kind of weight. The yard up, the 2 yard up shot's pretty difficult. It just holds by the head. It does come back eventually into back to centre, but it's just a very hard shot to try and play. And I think Jason's been quite smart with leaving it the kind of gaps like that, so that's the shot that's on. You can't just play right through the head. If he's putting 3 within 6 and 7 inches, then it just leaves him the hit that he had earlier. So I think he's playing it pretty well, where he's leaving enough gaps that if he's trying to play those couple of yard up shots, which he knows isn't easy on the carpet.
fraction short. Jason still shot. Led solidly again, although some of the others have been right on the line, so by the way he's led, you know, it's not 100%, but 99% of us would still be very happy with that.
He's just under here again.
Perfect weight. So I'll give you some scores across the rinks. Rink 1, your countryman Mike Stepney is 7-2 up against Namibia. Rink 3, Switzerland 5-0 against France. Rink 4 just started, so Jersey Malta. Rink 5, 9 to New Zealand, 2 to Jamaica. And rink 6, they started early, so 1 set to USA, second set Turkey 2-0 up.
Australian boys just drew another 2 great balls there in rink 5 as well.
Yeah, he's playing really consistently.
He is, yeah, the standard level has been great the last few days.
That one's about 5 inches through. That one's about 3 inches through. That one is, yes.
So similarly on Jason's rink here's an example where he's 12-2 up and they've got 2 ends to go, but they need to complete the 7 ends, so even though Jason's won the set here, he's still having to just continue on for shots.
Yeah, enough shots is like another half set,
Yeah.
another point. And Ollie's tried that delicate weight again.
I think he's been playing the mixed pairs with Alison as well, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, they looked like they had quite a good game this morning as well, so I think he'll be learning a lot from Ali.
Not just Ali, but those he's playing against as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm sure Ali will keep him in line.
Yeah, I'm sure she will, yeah. Like I say, to come here and get Ali as your partner, I think he's got a really good opportunity there as well. She's a cracking player, and she's obviously got a lot of experience that she can help Ollie out with.
And yourself, you're paired up. Who with?
With Ollie from the Norfolk Islands.
Norfolk Island.
Yeah, so it's
Yep. Falkland
Falkland
Islands.
Islands. Sorry, I think I've said that about 10 times this weekend. I keep saying Norfolk. Yep, the Falkland Islands. So we've played 2 games, but prior to coming here, I'd never met Ollie and didn't really know who he was. So it's a bit of a learning experience for us as well to try and team up with somebody you've never met and find out how they play and their shot selections. Again, you can see how quickly that went. Did get a bit of a result. I'm not sure who's lying there.
I think that's Jason's. I think he's gone far enough back.
Yeah, I think Jason's still getting a 3 out of that.
Yeah, three declared.
But yeah, it's been interesting. Like I say, I've been teamed up with another country. You get to learn how they play, and I think for me, I've just thought everybody kind of plays bowls the same way. But it's been been quite good to see the difference in maybe how Ollie sees shots to how I do. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good to get that experience, and we've done all right so far. Like we say, just missed out this morning in the last ball to Johnny, which I think I'll probably see in my sleep tonight as he came in off that high winger. So yeah, like I said, Johnny played really well throughout the game. But yeah, we're doing okay just now, considering we've never met each other. So I'm enjoying that and enjoying the singles in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting with Ollie because Falkland Island don't have a proper indoor green
He was
like
saying,
we know
yeah,
it.
he was out playing in the hallway.
Yeah, they have a sort of a hallway in a hall effectively, and they just have two short mat carpets, so they put them end to end, and that's what they use for their green.
He was saying that, yeah, he was taping carpets together last week to try and get practice for coming here. So he's been playing pretty well considering that's all he's had to practice with. Another good start from Jason.
So it's good to see people milling about still, choosing not to go down the sides of the rinks, choosing to go upstairs in the balcony, get a good view up there. And I don't know if the bar being up there is an attraction upstairs as well.
I think it could have something to do with it, yeah.
But if you are on Ireland and you're watching on the feed, I suggest you come down, come and see the players in the flesh.
The through.
So Jason on it again. Ollie's had either a little bit tight, a little nibble, and Jason's done really well to cover that.
Thank you.
So just drifting by Ollie.
That's good. Thank you.
It's good to also see some of the guys get their suitcases back this morning. I know there was a few teams that had their suitcases lost on their travels, so I spoke to Gloria from Hong Kong, China this morning. She was happy that she managed to get her own bowls and her own clothes back, so that was good for them today.
Yep, there's still don't think South Africa got theirs yet, or Macau, China.
Yeah, and they were all on the same flight, which is very strange because they were all on the one flight over. But yeah, don't think I've seen the smile so big on Gloria's face this morning when she got her luggage in. It's another example of good players coming through. I met Gloria probably about 6 years ago when she was first in the under-25s for the Hong Kong team, and to see the standard that she's playing at now is just phenomenal. You're seeing a lot of the younger under-25 players starting to come through the ranks now, and it's good to see the development that's actually working in the countries as they're going through their programmes. And like I say, I remember seeing Gloria 6 years ago and watching her today, and you just see the massive difference in her game. She's come on so well, and she's now up there challenging some of the best.
Yeah, she beat Ali in I think the semi-final in Bristol
Yeah,
I think 2 years ago.
yeah. Very good player, very determined, and like I say, like she practices a lot, she plays in a lot of games, and she's just got that mentality that she wants to win, and you can just definitely see the development coming through in some of the younger ones.
So that was 2 to Jason, first set, 17-2. He's not giving Ollie much chance at all. So I'll just give a quick run across the rinks, because I see Scotland on rink 1 have just finished their set. So Mike Stepney from Scotland has just taken that first set against Namibia 9-3. Switzerland 6-2 up against France. Jersey, Malta 2-all. New Zealand have taken the first set 14-2, and Turkey are 5-0 up in the second set against USA, but USA took the first set. So that's unless USA can turn that around, that's heading for a tie break. So on our rink just here, good reply by Ollie. Just probably a foot or so behind, but Jason's on it again with his first bowl. Just relentless pressure. Didn't seem so happy about that. I know he sat the bowl down, but he still had a good bowl.
Like I say there, he was only maybe 2 feet up there, not much at all, but he just holds off the line and gets the outside of the ball instead of the inside.
Question is, did he make it shot, or is he still shot just in front?
I think the marker fancies one down.
1 down to Ollie, or 1 down to Jason?
I think it was 1 down to Ollie there.
Sorry, so Ollie's holding.
Yeah, no, I think Jason's holding with the front.
Jason's holding,
yeah,
right,
sorry, I think he was saying to Ollie he was 1 down.
Okay, yeah. So Jason's still holding.
Yeah, I think he still got it with the front one just.
We said yesterday, Jason takes more green than his bowl.
Yeah, he does,
Almost
yeah.
walking past the Switzerland guy.
Jack is there. Top wood is that much in front. Your wood is fraction more.
So Mark is saying the woods are very similar distance apart.
I got blue. Could go anywhere.
Interesting that Ollie asked where would it go if he hit it. Marker being very non-specific, could go anywhere. It's you can't really answer that question as a marker.
Putting a bit of pressure on the marker there as well. Well, he's got maximum result there.
Yeah, it's had it amongst his own 2. So 2 Sweden. So Jason arriving.
Don't think he's going to hold that line. Like you say there, his weight's not, he's not that much up, but that's that yard on shot. it just dips under if you miss the line, but if he goes a fraction too high, he's missing the full head. It's a really difficult shot to play. I think sometimes on a slightly faster carpet it's a wee bit easier to come down, but I think what I've found with my aces on the carpet is, like I said earlier, having to push through it a wee bit more just for it to make the journey back, as my ball curves at the last minute. So I could, if I've not got enough weight, I'm just hanging out and not getting the hook down. So I think similarly like that with Jason, he's probably not wanting to go too high if he's not going to make the trip back.
Yeah, but it's interesting with Jason because he does obviously play locally, so he knows the carpet, and if he thought it was a hard shot, maybe I thought he would have gone a bit heavier. So he's obviously confident that he knows the line to be able to get that. Yeah.
And I suppose it's good for the rest of us knowing that Jason plays here and he's still playing those tight shots the same as the rest of us, so it's a bit of reassurance for us, I think. 2 to Sweden, the looks of it.
Yeah, that's the start you want in the set. That's the difference with the old format of 21 up versus the sets. You just reset and start again.
We were actually talking about this today because in Scotland we actually qualify playing 21 up to get here. So you play your championship in your club, maybe 5 or 6 rounds at 21 up. You then go out playing your Scottish, maybe 5 or 6 games again, could be more, 21 up. And then you come here and play 2 sets of 7 ends and a type 1 end tie break. So it's hugely different from what you play in to qualify here.
Yeah, I mean locally we have our 21 up which we use for the British Isles, but we do run a separate qualifier specifically for this event, which is sets.
So ours is just our Scottish National. Whoever wins the Scottish National goes out in the British and the Worlds. So yeah, we play 21 up and it's similar outdoor. I played in the outdoor Worlds in September there, Rabina, and in order to get there I also had to play 21 up, but we played 3 sets of 5 ends, which was a very different game.
Yeah, sets of 5 ends. I mean, I know Will Bowles played that for in November last year, for the outdoor. So is that why you played the 5 ends?
Yeah, so it was at that competition. I was there for the outdoor.
Right.
So I've been lucky enough to get to the 2 Worlds within the 1 year. So I played at the World Championships in Rabina, the Champion of Champions, and it was 3 sets of 5 ends, and it was very, very different because one end can change the entire set. And obviously it was in Australia at the same time, so factors of the wind, and there was just a lot of things out with your control that changed the game, and I think I got beaten 3 tiebreakers that meant I didn't qualify, and it's a hard one to take. I think definitely the 7 end game's a bit better than the 5. The 2 sets of 7 was definitely better than the 3 sets of 5. But they had to try something just in terms of time and how they were fitting it in, so they've obviously tested it for that year, but I'm not sure what the feedback was.
Yeah.
I think most people I spoke to weren't comfortable with the 5 ends. It was too short a game for a world competition anyway, in my opinion. It was too short a game.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the short sets definitely creates more jeopardy, and therefore for the spectator, you may say that excitement. But as you say, that one bowl in, it could even be a fluke, but that one ball can make all the difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Just short of the jack, is it?
But that's why some people prefer the 21 up, because even if a bowl goes against you, you can, it's only one bowl, one end, and you've got so many to carry on with.
The sets game is definitely a harder game because anything can happen in an end, and you've not got so many to try and recover from. Similarly, if you lose a 4 in a 7 end game, if you're playing against an opponent that's playing really well and you're only getting 1s, it can take you a while to get that 4 back. But what we found with the 5 end games is if you lose a 3 or a 4 in a 5 end game, you may not get the game back. You could be kept to 1s for the rest of the game and peel a set. So yeah, it's definitely you think about things slightly differently, because in a 21 up game you could lose a 4 and still recover quickly, but you just can't do that in a sets game, so it changes maybe some of the shots you play. You maybe try and be a bit more cautious so you don't lose counts. So I definitely think it makes you think about it a lot more. Ollie's having a little go at this one again. Oh, again he's got a good result with a couple of them away.
2 away, yep. So 1 and a measure up for Sweden. Yeah, it's interesting you say if you drop the 4, it's quite limited. I remember it was tie break, Ali Marion against Karen Murphy, and Karen picked up 4 first end of the tie break, and it was a 3 end tie break in those days, and picked up the 4, and I thought, gosh darn it, that makes it difficult. Words to that effect. And then she picked up a 2 and a 3 and blasted away and won and got through. So can be done, but obviously more difficult.
Yeah, definitely. It's sometimes your opponents are just keeping you to the 1s or the 2s, so it's a little bit more difficult if you lose a count. I think that's what most people are trying to do here, which is why you're not seeing as many kind of attacking. People are tending to cover a wee bit more, and like I said earlier, it makes it a bit more difficult with the respot only being at the 1 tee.
So Jason's just pegging back slightly there. 2-1 down. First bowl in the area of the jack. Hasn't nailed it. But after a runner, well, he's not quite there.
I think you also find a slight change in the temperature just with games going on and off. I think the continuous play, a lot of the times players are coming off and the rink's a wee bit vacant just for a wee 10-20 minutes until someone else comes on, and you do notice a slight change in temperature. And I think just similarly Jason was nailing it. He's not far away here as well, but you'll just notice the rink beside him's come off with Mike coming off and Falkland Islands going on, so that slight change in the rink beside him appears to have had a wee change in his game as well.
Unlike the temperature in here, where the aircon died first day, so by this time it's getting quite warm in the little rabbit hutch.
It was quite cool up the stairs. I'm pretty sure Ali just brought me in here for a heat, to be honest. So
yeah, you did come in with your tracksuit top on. I said you won't be needing that in here.
yeah. It's a bit cooler up in the balcony.
Yeah, I must admit, give me a few minutes to get out of here. It's been nice. that cool air. Is it dark by now? I don't know. It was light when I arrived in here this morning. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got quite a few early morning games, I think. So I've had 2 so far, and got another 2 the next 2 days. I think Thursday's the first day that I get some long lies.
So Ollie had got in it. Jason arriving very close, drifted through the gap, but backward, gives himself a choice about what to play next time, whether to go more weight or stick with similar. So just giving you a few scores there. Sessions start at different times, so some games will be a long way in, some not quite so far in.
He's closer this time, Jason. He's still white. I think he's just done enough there to get the shot.
He certainly has. Just took a yard off from the previous one.
Even then, it was still being a bit stubborn to come down. He managed to use the outside ball and come in. Anything just over the weight, like we say, is just holding a wee bit. But he was definitely in the area for the ball.
He has nicked it closer to, well, these 2, maybe 3. So he could play a similar shot.
Yeah, he's got a wee option through his own 2 there just to turn Jason out, and it's his own ball's coming in as well on the backhand, so if he gets a contact in any of them, he must be close to getting the shot. Perfect ball would be through the gap to turn Jason out and stay. Oh, he's just got the back end of it and moved it through there.
Yeah, good effort. Only a wood or so tight.
Yeah, ball higher, and he's getting the port straight through to the ball.
Take the 2 down, Trev.
Hey?
2. Right, eyes down, looking, here we go.
Thank you.
So this will certainly help Jason's cause if he carries on as he is. He's well, if he pinches his second set, it's currently 2-all, so it's still all to play for. But in his set, it's he's third in his group. Sorry, he's third, but that's only after one game of singles. So this is their second game. He did win that, but there was more shots from the Switzerland and Namibia, so they're currently ranked higher than him.
You're holding what? No?
So currently top of that group, well, top was Namibia, but I think they just lost to Mike Stepney. So that'll be Namibia and Scotland on a win apiece. Guernsey, so Jason Greenslade is currently on 1 win. Switzerland playing France. Switzerland have 1 win and they are currently up in this one. So it's going to make an interesting group. loose end from Ollie. Needs a good one here. Don't want to have to do everything on your last bowl.
I'm still thinking of that one.
No, that's not last orders at the bar. That's somebody moving some rink markers. I can see the panic in your face there.
Not mine, I'm just wondering how Mike's going to feel if that's last orders and he's not off yet.
So another one for Jason. Not really the target to open it up. So it feels sensible that Ollie would be drawing it. But he's been a bit loose this end, so needs a really good one.
I think Jason must like the view from down there. You've seen him crouching down quite a few times waiting on the ball.
Yeah, he always does. You know what? Ollie's having a go at it.
Well, he's cleared a couple away with that. Not this is what I said earlier, it's not a shot that you would expect somebody to play. You would have thought he would have drawn that. But I think this is part of the challenge when we're here. There's a lot of countries that see it differently, and most, probably 9 out of 10 players would have tried to draw and cut that down there. He obviously feels his strengths more to play through and take some of the balls away.
Yeah, it just felt low percentage, even hitting the shot like he did.
I would have probably tried to draw that, and anybody that knows me knows I quite like to lift my hand at times, but yeah, I would have attempted to draw that. Don't know what you mean.
What you mean is you play the aggressive game as more of the men do, which is with your brothers.
Pretty much, yeah. I have been told I play more of a man's game than the ladies' game at times. You've got to play to your strengths, I suppose, eh?
Jason was trying to will that one up. Only so much will work.
Not sure what that conversation was there, but this set seems to be a lot closer anyway on the 5th end and 4-2 Jason.
Yeah, he's just got his nose in front, but certainly not dominating like the first set. I've just seen Phil Jones from Norfolk Island walked past, looking like a pirate. So under the line for Jason. Ollie having a little trundle, see if he can split the front two. Or play and run on.
Always get a good result there, I think. What was that? No, that's Jason's ball that's came through.
I think that's Jason that's come with it, yeah.
Again, I struggle to see what kind of shot he was playing there. If that's balls against him coming in, you would hope he would maybe just try and draw around that. And on that rink, to be fair, the draw is there. It's a good drawing rink. I think he's choosing to play the harder shots, but trying to play the running balls. Not really sure what ball that Ollie's playing with here though.
No, I don't know. I know he's playing with Ali, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to watch their games.
It may be that he's maybe got a slightly tighter ball and that's what he's preferring, but I think Jason's getting his own here. Yep.
Well, helped him up to the jack, but that will encourage Ollie. At the end of the day, you play the shot you're confident in.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he was only one down there before Jason played that last ball in. I think it was his own that came through, so he's got two blue stickers either side of it.
So tight enough to be up to it.
Yeah, it looks like he's quick again here.
Needs the jack though. Oh, close to it. But do or die shot. If he got it in, could have made 2 or 3. If he flicked it down towards the bottom right. But miss it, you're probably 2 down from here. See what they call. Yeah. Marker showing 2. So 6-2 on 5 ends. Up and down. Ollie needs 5 shots to stay in. So New Zealand have just finished over on rink 5. So that's 2-0 New Zealand against Jamaica. Australia as I'm just thank you Natalie, waking me up. At my age anything can go wrong.
I mean, you weren't far away. Australia and New Zealand are...
It's a long way away. I'm sure he won't mind me calling him from the other country.
Again, that's quite a big score as well. 17-1 in the second set there. So we're ranking up his shots.
Yep, and that's the thing. If your opposition's not quite finding it, you can't really show too much mercy. You've got to take advantage.
Jason.
Yeah, all over it again.
Yeah, we should be looking to apply the pressure now and try and make sure he's not losing any counts. That's one way to do it there. Be looking to force Ollie to play the more positive shot and
well, drifting through
No.
with his style of play. You can see that coming into play later on.
8.5.
I think Jason will just be looking to come round the back here and cover the tee.
You can see it's a long way back down by his feet. Looks like a good weight.
Yeah, he's not far off the shot ball here.
Fell away. Really good draw. A little bit unlucky there.
Goes with the shot ball there at the back, yeah? What's that in relation to the jack, please? In relation to the jack behind it, yeah? Yeah.
Another covering wood by Jason.
Yeah, I think he's just looking to split it up here. He knows that all he needs to score this end. If he doesn't win this end, then I think the set's over. Yeah, stating the obvious, I know.
Yes. Close, no, not yet, true. I think you just have to say a bit more.
Sorry, can you... I really use inches.
Jack, get behind the ball. 8 inches short.
Foot and a half.
Oh, he's having a dig at it. Trying to
Just
split
under
it.
the line again.
Yeah, pinch the line again.
Yeah. I think Jason fancies his own still.
Can't tell.
Yeah.
One and a look.
It is first, isn't it? I can't
That
tell.
was Jason's they played up.
My old eyes.
There's one measuring for two, is that?
Yeah, measure for second.
It's a close one, isn't it? I couldn't really tell from my naked eye.
Jackie
Yes.
Neal, the umpire as well. She's actually
Yes.
from my neck of the woods over in Glasgow. She's made the trip out to umpire here.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we just have
And we
to
say
cover-
we got the best in the world player-wise. Well, the ITOs, they are not your standard umpires. They've gone on to do further tests, check the competency and all that. So they are sort of the next level up. So as an umpire, if you're trying to strive to be the best, this is the group you'll be trying to join. They do the World Bowls, the Commonwealth Games, things like that. They get to travel around the world as well.
Yeah, I've seen Jackie at a few of them, and Martin Jenkins is here as well. I've seen him at a few. I think they've done their fair share of national events and Commonwealth Games between them as well. So it's always good when you've got good umpires round about the green as well.
Yeah. And also Hugh Jones and Alan Thornhill.
Yeah.
So Alan's the one who actually does the training and testing. So we've certainly got some top ones come over this time. And once again, Jason's nailed it. Make it difficult for Ollie.
He's playing that kind of 3/4 length jack there. Kind of found on that link as well that you were getting slightly better lines to that. I think we've noticed a few players just changing the kind of mat length and jack length depending on their opposition's bowls as well. I think those that have got the slightly tighter bowls are finding the lines different at different lengths, and you always see the trial ends, everybody's playing T to T, and then the first end comes out and it's nowhere near that. I don't think I've seen many players actually play T to T. As I say that, I think the Canadian boys playing it right now, but yeah, I think most people have kind of tried to play the 3/4 to short jack. Just covering again, Jason. Ah, he's played another good ball here. Just missed the line with that one again. Going for second, I think.
Waits was jack high essentially.
Yep.
Running for cover again. Don't make a target.
Yeah. He's already lined the shot, so he doesn't want to make it any bigger. I think he's seen how the Swedish guy can run through head sometimes, so I think he knows himself he's better just putting it behind, and if he gets it then it's most likely going to go to Jason.
So last word of the game coming up.
Yep, he's going quick. Oh, he got the bull.
Chipped
He
it
may
away
have got
clean.
set, yeah, may have got set the shot for that.
board they've just marked it 1 to Guernsey still.
Alright, okay.
But yeah, certainly couldn't tell from here. Well, so that's been Guernsey versus Sweden in the 2024 World Bowls Indoor Championships. Thanks to Natalie for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much for having me.
It saves me waffling on all the time. And we'll be back shortly with more games. So keep up with World Bowls, either Facebook or YouTube, or the Guernsey No Bowling YouTube, and also live scoring on their websites. And we'll catch up with you soon.